Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Kindly consider subscribing to our channel, click the notification bell and like our videos. You can also share the videos. And to those who support us, I want to say thank you very much. For the better part of the day, very crucial government services were captured, or do I say abducted, by some foreigners. And the information that we have is that the Sudanese government kind of captured and hijacked services that are so crucial, installing several processes that has really caused losses today as we speak. Today, for those who tried buying token, you'd see that there was a technical hitch. I tried it myself. The Safaricom app was not working either. To make it even worse, the KRA portal was not working. If you look at the screenshot that I'm showing you there, someone was claiming that that portal was reading in Arabic. Someone shared this, and of course in the social media, that screenshot has been trending and it's been circulating. And then the e-citizen stalled completely, and this was confirmed, just to ensure that this was not a rumor. It was confirmed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and they had to do a communication to diplomats because this was affecting several operations. This is what the information reads, that the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs of the Republic of Kenya presents its compliments to all diplomatic missions and international organizations in Kenya, and has the honor to inform that there is currently a challenge in the government e-citizen platform, which is impacting processing of e-visa. Therefore, travelers will be issued visa upon arrival at all entry points to Kenya. The government also wishes to advise all airlines to onboard travelers destined to Kenya. The Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs of the Republic of Kenya avails itself of this opportunity to renew to all diplomatic missions and international organizations in Kenya the assurance of its highest consideration. And it is signed Nairobi, 27th July 2023, and then down there, all diplomatic missions and international organizations, Nairobi. So this is a communication that came in handy because people were stranded. Now, the funniest thing about this is that an autonomous country like Kenya can be hijacked, because, for lack of a better term, this is hijacking. Our systems were hijacked by some group calling themselves Sudanese Anonymous. This group agreed, sent a communication, and they were claiming the bragging right that they had invaded our systems. We see a government that is at war with everyone. Less than 1 year into office, even Kibaki, even Uhuru Kenyatta in their era, we didn't see such a thing. But this is coming against a backdrop of information that we are receiving, that there is a diplomatic spat between the two countries, Kenya and Sudan. One of the warring parties in Sudan claimed that William Ruto is going there under the guise of maintaining peace and tranquility, yet it is taking sides. In fact, there was some information that one of the warring parties had funded the campaigns of the UDA, the Kenya Kwanza. It behoves one to ask, we have a government that, instead of sitting down and start looking at the promises that it gave to the Wananchi, it is now at war with the Wananchi itself, the citizens, and at war with the foreigners. Don't you think the government bit more than it can chew? Because if you want to engage in war, because that is exactly what the other group was claiming, they even dared the Kenyan government to try and send their soldiers. And I think they are sending a coded message, because when you're preparing to go to war, whether it is a cold war or just physical, someone or your opponent or your enemy manages to invade your systems. Don't you think that they are winning even in the first round? Because psychologically, Kenya was beaten today. You can imagine the losses that you have received today if the e-citizen was not working, Safaricom app was not working, we could not buy our own tokens, the KRA, you know, all these things, courtesy of just a small group that managed to invade our system. Don't you think it is really humiliating to William Samoei Ruto? And really it is a lesson that instead of looking for enemies who to fight, let us concentrate on our affairs. Because even to make it, you know, more worrying is the fact that at home, people are on the street lamenting about the high cost of living. Beyond the borders, we hear of presidents complaining. The other day, Suluhu was mocking us, the president of Tanzania, that she received an upsurge of investors courtesy of the demonstration that are going on in Kenya. And recently we were told that after being invited to try and mediate peace between the government and the opposition, she was left hanging. And of course, some damage control was being done yesterday when Ruto visited the TZ. We are also being informed that the DCI have been invading people and intimidating them using foreign number plates, and in particular, the South Sudanese number plates. And this is also something that is being discussed at that diplomatic level, the bilateral level, because I understand that there is a great concern within South Sudan why their number plates are being used by the DCI. Because you know what that means? Kenyans will stop trusting the vehicles branded Sudanese with Sudanese number plates. When people are demonstrating, for example, and a Sudanese foreigner passes by, you can imagine what can happen to them, because Kenyans no longer trust them. And this can result into, you know, losses, deaths or injuries and all that. And so we have a country, we have a regime that is creating, you know, several enemies. It doesn't end there. We are being informed that Cyril Ramaphosa, I think, was being mentioned to come for some roundtable meeting, and it was also rejected. A government that only trusts itself. A government fighting foreigners and fighting its citizens. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the government took time to respond and communicate to the foreigners and the diplomatic family. What about the ordinary Kenyans who suffered? You can see that they don't care about the ordinary mwananchi. That you and I, hata kama tuliumia kidogo tukijaribu kununua token, tukijaribu kuingia kwa hiyo portal, it doesn't matter. What matters to them is the image of the diplomats and the international community. I think we should also be considered when people suffer. When the PS was trying to say that it is a technical hitch, the minister said that we have been invaded. Where are we? Because this is the question that we continue to ask. Don't you think that the government is you know, placing us into a very vulnerable situation just because they want to unnecessarily create a war between the two countries? This is a lesson that we are not ready for it. We can easily be compromised, because if a government system can be compromised, the next thing we will hear is that they have compromised the military system, because there is a lot of what I can call archive information that has been restricted, classified, that no one needs to know. What if they are trying to just see how well we are prepared military-wise, the arsenal that we have, the kind of weapons, because some of these things are not supposed to be known by even the immediate neighbors, yet we have allowed foreigners to, get into our system. I think this is very wrong, and it really reveals the weaknesses within this government. Instead of shouting on top of their voices, chest thumping, let them tighten the nuts, because now even the people like, the organizations like Al-Shabaab now understand that we are weak. The enemies know that we can be invaded. And I think William Ruto must now re-strategize. Otherwise, very soon, we'll find ourselves into a very big mess. And to all those who, suffered in one way or the other, I think the government must apologize for the inconveniences caused. And that is my take.